So that shiny new game just came out, Hell Is Us, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. Keep in mind this is not a full review, this is a quick look at the game. I played the game for a little over 3 hours, so I'll show some footage of the game while describing it and giving a few thoughts on it. The game begins with a scene of a very strange guy with a massive chin. Your character seems to be drugged with truth serum and also connected to a polygraph. I still do not understand what's going on in this game. So far, this is what I know. Your character was sent off when he was younger and told by his mother to never come back, but he did return. This whole game takes place as he's being interrogated. They're going over the things that he did in the past, which is what you'll be playing. Also, this land that the game takes place in seems to be mid-war, or perhaps just after a war. On top of that, there are strange creatures all around the place. They are white, some are walking, some floating, and they all have different powers and attacks. I won't go too in depth on the enemies, but just know that they have different attacks and modifiers to them. But there are some just plain enemies too. As you play the game, you'll come across people to talk to, and they will give you information or missions, but I wouldn't quite call it missions, as the whole game is more of an investigation. There's no map or markers or waypoints, you just figure it out on your own. It's not too hard though, as there's only so many places that you can go, as the world is only semi-open world. That means even if you aren't paying too much attention, you'll probably eventually figure it out just by going everywhere. The main mission to begin with is finding his family, and at the end of my time on the game, I did find them. I'll let you find out what happens there, but the mission changes after that. It goes from finding his family to ending the calamity as a whole, meaning to stop the white creatures. There are side missions that you can do, like optional doors to open and people to help or give items to. The first portion of the game is just wandering in the woods, doing some light puzzles, and finding some items and bringing said items back to a location. That's something that's pretty common in this game, looking for items and then backtracking to use those items at a certain location. At one point, the main character is saved by a person with a sword, but then that person dies by the creature that she's fighting, and the very next scene is your character wearing their clothes and taking their items. I was a little taken aback by that choice from the main character, but later during a cutscene as he's being interrogated, you find out that the main character is a high-functioning sociopath. So him callously taking the items and clothing from that person now makes a bit more sense to me. So you start off the game with a sword, but as you play you'll find different weapons. I have found another sword, axes, great swords, and a polearm. I don't know if there's more than that. Those are just the ones that I've found so far. Later in the game, when you meet a certain person, you'll be able to upgrade your weapon and then imbue it with special attacks. I only just got to that part before I got off, but it adds more variety to attacks for sure. Then you have a drone, and it also has its own abilities. You can also find more abilities to equip to the drone, but the basic ability is to distract a single enemy. It is very useful to use. So in the first part, when you get to the APC and you unlock it, you can then use that APC to travel to different locations, but only locations that you have unlocked. So far I have 3 locations unlocked, but there also seems to be more locations too. You can get back into the APC and travel to any location that you have at any point. You'll come across floating green save points every now and then, and you can save your game and then also teleport to the APC. One thing that I've seen that I'm not sure what to do with yet is a big spherical object called a time loop. I've come across 2 of them so far. It's said that I could not enter it yet, but the creatures seem to be possibly coming out of it. I have a feeling I'll be needing to close this time loop to stop the creatures. There's no map in this game, but you do have a device that you can pull up. Here you can look at your investigations, which is basically your missions, and also you can equip different weapons, clothing, browse your inventory, look at the drone information, and a few more things. I'd say this game as a whole is a mixture of combat, investigation, and exploration. It's not quite a Souls-like game in combat, it's easier than that, but it's similar. I find the combat and weapons to be enjoyable actually. I kept going out of my way to fight enemies just because I could. The exploration isn't too bad either. You'll come across some items that are actually worth the exploration time. The performance was okay, not as good as I want, but not as bad as a lot of games recently. Graphically, the game looks good too. I really like this game's atmosphere, the cutscenes, the voice acting, and the gameplay. It seems like a well-made game to me, and I'm actually interested in it. I do think that this is a good game. I've enjoyed my time on it so far, and I think you'll enjoy it too. If you're interested in it, I say go for it. I think it's worth the money, though that's my personal opinion. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.